going on, everybody? Welcome back to another ASMR video. For today's video, as you can see by the thumbnail and the title, I'm going to be doing another game collection, and this time it's going to be all of my favorite GameCube games. I'm really excited for this one because, like I've said 1,000 times, I love talking about stuff that I like, and I like video games, so really excited. I didn't count all the games that I have. I think it's about, or I could count right now, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, yep. I got 17 GameCube games here that I'm going to go through. And I do have more GameCube games than this that I'm going to be showing, but these are just the ones that I actually played and really liked. Because I have some that are just like random racing games or whatever, just stuff that I never really played too much. But all of these games are ones that I'm going to be able to actually talk about. Now, I may have not actually completed every single game fully, but I know enough about them to talk about them and why I like them, and yeah, so let's get started. Some of these games are going to be classics that most of you will recognize, and some of them are just going to be super random games that you've probably never seen before. And hopefully you find these video games entertaining, me talking about them entertaining. Hopefully you find this video relaxing, and we're starting right now. First game I have is Magical Mirror, starring Mickey Mouse. Take a look at that. Magical Mirror, starring Mickey Mouse. Now, some of these games I played when I was really young, right? So, they're gonna be like kids' games, some of them. Like, I have a Looney Tunes game in here, I got like Casper games, Scooby-Doo, Mickey Mouse, stuff like that. So, this game is pretty similar to, if you ever played like Mario 64, I'm kind of just going off memory here. Anyone, feel free to call me out if I describe a game incorrectly, but I'm just going off what I remember, so little disclaimer. If I describe the game wrong or I say something wrong, sorry about that. Feel free to call me out on it. I'd love to be corrected. But anyways, from what I remember, this game is like a Mario 64 kind of thing where you go into these different rooms. Like in Mario 64, you'd go into paintings, right? And I, for some reason, remember doing something similar to that in this game. Like going into these different rooms somehow. Not through paintings, but through the magic mirrors, I would assume. And you go in there and just collect stuff, solve puzzles, play around, just like Mario 64. It was a really fun game. Whenever I think about my GameCube, which actually my GameCube doesn't work anymore, so all of these games, I can't play them, unfortunately. Maybe I've thought about buying one, because I don't know how expensive they are. I can't imagine they're too expensive now since it's a really old console, but maybe they are. Maybe people are buying them a lot for nostalgia or whatever. But I've thought a lot about buying a GameCube and playing some of these old games that I loved, just for nostalgic reasons. So yeah, first game. Not too much to say about it. This is one of the games I have that I definitely played less than the others, but still really fun. Would recommend to anyone to play this if they were looking for something to play on their GameCube. Pretty fun game. Even if you're not a kid anymore, it's still a good time. Next up, this game is called Taz Wanted. Taz Wanted. Also, if you see these like stickers on them, that's because I got a lot of these games from like GameStop back in the day, like used games, because they were less, they were on sale. So this game is Taz Wanted. It's about Tasmanian Devil. I'm sure a lot of you know Taz. Now, the reason we have this game is actually because my dad is a huge Taz fan. I don't know why. He just grew up liking him, I guess. He actually has a tattoo of Taz on his shoulder. Pretty cool. And so, my dad was one of the main reasons we got this game. He wanted to play it, so we got it. He played it definitely the most out of all of us, but I did play it a pretty good amount. And one of the main things I remember about this game is like a zoo kind of level. Maybe the whole game takes place in a zoo. I could be wrong on that, but I very much remember a zoo area, like a majority of the game taking place in a zoo and going around. And here's what the back looks like. It shows some like parts of the game that you like explore. And yeah, I remember going through like a zoo section, and you gotta like use Taz's like spinning abilities. Like, I'm sure anyone that knows who Taz is knows he always does like a tornado kind of thing. That's what he's known for. And you gotta use that to just get through the game, go through the levels, collect stuff. It has some other characters from like Looney Tunes in it. I know it has that like big red heart guy. I know he's in there. I remember him being in the zoo section. But another really fun game. Yeah, I guess I could read the description of the games. I think that'd be pretty cool. So this one says, the ravenous, relentless, natural disaster of a hero, Taz, is rip-roaring mad. Yosemite Sam locked Taz in a zoo and wants to turn his homeland into a tacky theme park. So I was right, it does take place in a zoo. I remembered that. Now, as an escapee, Taz is on the run, gobbling power-ups, using disguises, and leaving a wacky wake of destruction across 4 hazard-filled worlds in an attempt to stop Sam. So, I do remember that. So, the first level is a zoo, and then the second level you go to a city area with like a casino, and you're just chasing down Yosemite Sam. So, very fun game. You know, if you like that type of level progression and just exploring it, just these classic GameCube games, that's pretty much what they all are, so really cool. Another one I'd recommend if someone was trying to find something to play. Next up, we have another Looney Tunes game. This is Looney Tunes Back in Action. You can have a look at it. Loved this game so much. I'm pretty sure this is based on the movie, or maybe it's the other way around, but the movie Looney Tunes Back in Action, I love that movie so much. Oh my god. I watched it like 100 times as a kid. I've seen it so much. Great movie. It's for anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's the kind of old Looney Tunes movie where it's like live action. It's a live action world, but it has Looney Tunes characters in it, like walking around, but they're animated. So, this game is based on the movie, and it doesn't have a super long description, but I'll read it anyways. It says, play as Bugs and Daffy on their globe-trotting adventure to find the mythical blue monkey diamond. 5 huge locations with tons of exciting challenges. Interact with your favorite Looney Tunes characters. Test your skill with fun mini-games. Wear outrageous costumes to outwit your enemies. So, there's also a website on the back of here called backinaction.ea.com. It says you can get movie info at Looney Tunes at that website, so maybe, I'm assuming then this was made after the movie. But yeah, it's the same as the Taz one. You go through all the different levels and you solve puzzles, you collect, there's like monkeys for you to chase, and the monkeys have the diamonds. The monkey will like run away from you. And I remember being a kid, I struggled so hard to catch the monkeys sometimes. They were so fast, and they would jump up stuff, and solve all kinds of puzzles to get to them. And the first level of this game takes place in like a Hollywood studio kind of setting. That's also where the movie starts off at. And then I think the whole place like floods, right? The whole studio floods. And then you have to go through and jump on all these crates, trying to get the monkeys, get the diamonds, like the description says. That's like the whole goal, is you're trying to find this blue diamond. And another level I remember is a museum, which was also in the movie. There's a museum level, and you go through that. And in the movie, Bugs and Daffy get chased through the paintings by I don't know I think Yosemite Sam is the guy with the big mustache, same dude from the Taz game, with the super tall hat. I'm pretty sure that's him. Yeah, you interact with him a lot. And also the hunter guy, Elmer Fudd. I'm pretty sure his name is Elmer Fudd, the bald guy with the gun. Yeah. So all the Looney Tunes characters are in this game pretty much. So if you like Looney Tunes, you would love this game for that reason alone. And the gameplay is amazing. This is one of the games that I would want to play the most if I got my hands on a GameCube again. I think this game is so fun. Next up we have a Sonic game. Sonic Mega Collection. This is basically, I'm just going to show you the back of this one. You can see what I'm talking about. It's just a big collection of all the Sonic games. 7 great hits, it says. All those classic Sega Sonic games you can play on your GameCube. Super fun. And we used to have a couple of those Sega consoles, and we did have Sonic on there. It was the original, yeah, because it was a Sega Genesis, so we had the original Sonic the Hedgehog on there, and that game was always fun. So this is just a way to relive those fun games on your GameCube. I don't have too much to say about this one. Like I said, I remember playing the classic Sonic more on Sega Genesis, but I did play it on here as well, on the GameCube. But yeah, also, if some of these games are really dusty, just ignore it, because, like I said, GameCube doesn't work, so they've been sitting there stacked up for a while. But yeah, fun game. If you like Sonic, you'll like this game. It has 7 games. Unlockable secrets, bonus material, includes comic book covers, rare artwork, and more. I don't think we got any of that. I've never seen any comic book covers or rare artwork associated with this game, so maybe we also got this at GameStop used and just took the sticker off. So, not a lot to say about this game. We're going to move on to the next one. Next game is Frogger's Adventure. Also has a subtitle, The Rescue. Frogger's Adventure, The Rescue. Here's the back real quick. Anyone that knows Frogger knows what kind of game this is. Jumping across the water and stuff, trying to avoid obstacles and collect all the coins and everything. So, I'll read the description for this one. Lily has been kidnapped and only Frogger can rescue her. It's the adventure of a lifetime as Frogger journeys from the comforts of Firefly Swamp to rescue his girlfriend, Lily. A band of evil henchmen is bent on holding her captive and she needs your help. Featuring traditional Frogger arcade-style gameplay, you'll need to avoid vicious enemies to save Lily. This game has a wide range of puzzles to solve. Frogger's Tongue creates all new gameplay features, and you can compete with up to 4 friends. So yeah, for anyone that doesn't know Frogger, if you've played the kind of a newer example, I think it's called Crossy Roads, like a mobile game, where you play as a chicken or whatever kind of animal you want, and you have to tap the screen, and every time you tap, you'll jump into the next row, and that's exactly what Frogger is. You gotta jump across everything, like one at a time, jump across the logs or boxes, whatever. And if you make it across, then it like goes up to the next one, and yeah, you gotta make it across while collecting stuff. If you fall in like the water or onto the street or whatever, you fail, you die. And then there's obstacles also coming across that you have to avoid. So it won't just be the things you have to jump on. So yeah, like I said, if you played Crossy Roads, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you played Frogger, then you really know what I'm talking about. Really fun, classic game. Super simple, really easy for like a kid to enjoy. And I enjoyed it a lot playing it as a kid, so yeah. I don't really know what it's talking about with the compete. I see they have it on the back here, that compete with up to 4 friends. I don't think me and my family or friends ever played this game together, but yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing, so that's cool. Great game. Next up, we have a Casper game. It's called Casper Spirit Dimensions. Everybody knows Casper, of course. Everyone knows Casper. Very iconic ghost. I'll read the description of this game. The future of the spirit world lies on your shoulders. Spiral into phantom dimensions where you will fiercely battle for the fate of the spirit world. Portals will transport you to mysterious realms that are populated by ghosts of the past, present, and future, all possessed by the evil Kibosh. I guess that's the antagonist. Use your powers of flight and fright to become the quickest, smartest, and most powerful ghost in the spirit dimension. This game has 360-degree full flight movement, magical power-ups, strengthen Casper and enhances natural powers, shoot spirit, fire, and ice blast at vicious enemies, 4 eerie worlds, 16 huge levels. So, this game, I don't remember it a lot, but I do remember the flying mechanic being super fun and super unique. Like, there's a reason why they put it on the back of this box, you know, just being able to fly around kind of openly wherever you want. It's pretty unique for a GameCube game, so really fun game. I don't have much to say about it. As you can see, it also has the pre-owned sticker on it, so we got it from GameStop, you know, no shame in that, having a pre-owned game. You get it was only $3.99 for this game, so great deal. You know, new games that are like $70, so it's crazy. But yeah, very cool game. I remember all the like boss enemies being super cool, and it looks like that's true, because looking at it now, they do look pretty awesome. Yeah. Great game. If you like Casper, you'll probably enjoy it. Like I said, I don't remember too much about the actual gameplay, but I remember the flying being really cool, so if I ever get a GameCube, I'll definitely be playing this. Next up, we have a super random game that I'm pretty sure no one has ever heard of. Sega Soccer Slam. Sega Soccer Slam. I loved this game when I was younger. Played it with my sisters all the time. Such a fun game. And I'll read the description to you right now. It says, "Are you tough enough? Go toe-to-toe with the wildest players ever in Soccer Slam, the high-flying, hard-hitting 3-on-3 soccer game where winners go on to drink from the Continental Cup. Beat the tar out of your opponents in 5 fast-paced game modes, including the Deep Quest mode. Crush the competition to unlock secret codes and power-ups. Stomp all comers with easy-to-learn but challenging to master game controls and techniques. Pummel your foes using richly detailed characters with unique attributes, abilities, and fully animated attitudes. game is so fun. If I had to describe it, it's basically like Street Fighter, but with soccer. Like, you pick character. Like, even this guy in the box is. I remember playing this. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing. This guy on the side here. He reminds me of Dalsim from Street Fighter. If any of you ever played Street Fighter, he's like super similar. Like, he launches fireballs and stuff just like Dalsim does. Yeah. So basically, you pick a team, and each team has like different types of powers, and each person on the team has their own types of powers as well. So there's like, and they're based on cities too. I remember on the back of here they have the Las Vegas team, but I don't remember the other ones. But yeah, each team has its own type of play style, pretty much different powers they use, and you just try to score on whoever you're playing against, and they try to score on you, and you stop each other by using your powers. It's just really fun. Super competitive game, super flashy. It's so nostalgic for me because, like I said, me and my sisters or my cousins, we played this game so much. So, recommend this if you're looking for something fun to play, exciting. It's like a party game pretty much. We would always play when people came over. So fun. Definitely a lot of great memories tied to that game. Next up, I have... Oh, sorry if that was super loud. Next up, I have a classic. Everyone's gonna know this one. Super Mario Sunshine. Man, this game is regarded by most people as like the best 3D Mario game. It's either this one or Galaxy. People usually pick this one or Super Mario Galaxy. This game is on. This game just rules. It's so good, and it's so iconic with the soundtrack, gameplay. Everything is just. It's such an iconic game. People still play it all the time to this day. They get like the emulators on computer and everything, and they even have the thing you can buy on the Switch, which gives you Mario Sunshine and Mario 64 and Mario Galaxy, I think. Great game. I'll read the description right now. Dark days on Isle Delfino. When Mario arrives on tropical Isle Delfino, the once pristine island is polluted and plastered with graffiti. Even worse, he's being blamed for the mess. Now, instead of enjoying a relaxing vacation, Mario has to clean up the place and track down the real culprit. So, me personally, when it comes to the topic of which 3D Mario game is the best, I love this game, I really do. I played it so much. I gotta give it to Mario Odyssey. I love Mario Odyssey so much. That is my favorite 3D Mario game by far. I think Mario Odyssey is so good. I've played it I know I've played it through at least 3 times just when I'm bored on vacation or something. I love that game. But of course, it all started with the Mario 64, and then it got more advanced with games like Mario Sunshine, and then Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii. And it just kept going from there. So it all led to Mario Odyssey, so you gotta give credit to these original games, because wouldn't have Mario Odyssey without them. Anyone who played this game will know how good it is. And man, when you just look at these pictures and everything, you can hear the soundtrack. Just when you first fly in and you grab the water pack for the first time and you kill that first orange slime thing right on the landing dock. Then you go into the city, and then I think Peach gets kidnapped by the evil Mario, the painter Mario, and you're gonna chase him around the city until you can spray him with water and catch him. And then he gets away because he paints these M's on the walls, and he jumps through them like portals. And then I remember right after that, Mario gets put on trial because they think Mario's the one going around terrorizing the city. It's like a super sad cutscene of Mario in a courtroom. It's super weird. And then they tell you pretty much you gotta clean up the city. You gotta clean up the island, Isle Delfino. They're relying on Mario. It's like your punishment, I guess. You gotta clean up the mess. mess because they think you're the one causing the mess, but you're not. So you go through with your water pack and you clean it all up, and it's such a good time. Honestly, I feel like it was actually kind of hard to play this game as a kid. I remember struggling to aim the water nozzle to hit the slime things in the mouth. I thought it was so hard, but I did play this on someone's, because I don't have the game on the Switch that gives you access to this, but I did play it on someone else's, and it's way easier now. So if you struggled when you were younger like me, maybe consider picking it up again, because anyone who played this game knows it's a great time. Great game. Next up, we have an interesting game. This is the Namco Museum. Namco Museum. I'm not going to read the description for this one because I can just tell you it is just a collection of all these like Namco games, like Galaga, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Pole Position, all these classic, classic games, all these classic arcade games, Miss Pac-Man as well. Like, there's like 5 different types of Galaga on here, 2 pole positions. It says it has 10 classic arcade hits in total, and there's even hidden games to unlock. Obviously a great time, because everybody likes a round of Pac-Man every once in a while, It's super fun. Galaga's super fun. Dig Dug, they're all fun, got nothing else to say about them other than that. I know my dad had a lot of fun playing this because it reminded him of when he was younger. So that was always fun, being able to play games that my dad played when he was younger. It's kind of like passing the torch. So yeah, great little collection just to add to your, because you buy this one disc and then you get all these games, 10 games to play. And obviously they don't have a lot of you can't really play them that deeply like story games, but it's just something to have. If you ever get bored of playing, say you've been playing Mario Sunshine for a while, and you're getting kind of bored and tired of it, just hop on one of these arcade games and you're good to go. Really fun. Definitely recommend having some kind of collection like this in just to play when you're feeling bored of what you're usually playing. Next up, we have this. First of all, this case is super messed up. It's got like all this other like sticker residue on it, but it's Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1. This was my first ever Call of Duty game. You can take a look at it. First ever Call of Duty game. It's on the GameCube. And I remember the opening of this story mode, and that's it. Funny little, I guess, experience that I had when I was younger was, so basically, all of my friends were starting to get like Xbox 360s and PS3s, and they were playing like actual CODs, like Black Ops 1 and MW2, and I actually got this game kind of around that time, because we didn't have, all we had was like Nintendo stuff. We had a GameCube, a Wii, and like the original Nintendo, and then we got the Wii U also, and we eventually got a PS4 like years later, but just had Nintendo stuff basically. So all of my friends I would go to their house and play like MW2 or whatever, and I always wanted a COD to play at my house, and so when I went to GameStop one day, I saw this one and we got it. And I also had like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 on the Wii. Well, I had Black Ops 1 on the Wii, and Black Ops 2 I had on the Wii U. So, Nintendo, for anyone that might find that surprising, yes, Nintendo consoles did get the CODs on them. They were dead pretty much. No one was ever playing any of them, but, they were there. So, just a classic COD campaign experience. Old school. It's kind of like World at War, but not as good, especially because it's on the GameCube, so it didn't run that well, but still, nostalgic, pretty cool game. I have a few classics coming up. First one is Mario Kart Double Dash. Man, Mario Kart is such a classic game. It's a perfect party game. So competitive, so fun. And Mario Kart Double Dash, in my opinion, is probably the best Mario Kart out of all of them. I've played this one. I played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But this one I think is my favorite. Just looking at the back and the character and screen and everything. Here, I'll read the description of this one. It says, double the fun. Take all the crazy action of the celebrated Mario Kart series and multiply it by 2. In Mario Kart Double Dash, each kart holds 2 racers that can switch places at any time, so choose from a huge cast of favorites and pair them up any way you see fit. I remember that a lot. Like because there would be a car themed after each character, like a Donkey Kong car, Yoshi car, a Mario car, like a Koopa shell car. And then me and my sisters, we would just pick like the weirdest combinations of characters, because you would have like a Donkey Kong and then like a baby Mario sitting behind him or something. Just random stuff. It was so fun. I'm sure most of you have played Mario Kart before or seen it. Mario Kart's such a great game. And power-ups and everything, the cars, just everything about this game is so nostalgic. I love it. This is probably, if I had to guess which game we played on the GameCube the most in my house, it would be Mario Kart Double Dash. Played it so much. Such an awesome game. Man. Looking through all these games is just so nostalgic. It really makes me wish I had that. It really makes me wish our GameCube still worked so I could hook it up and, play some. But yeah, I think I might look into getting one so I could do that. Because that sounds like a great time. Next up, another classic, Luigi's Mansion. Kind of like everyone's first horror game, you could say. Luigi's Mansion, finally, Luigi gets some love. He's not just Mario's brother, he gets his own game. And yeah, you go through with your vacuum in this game, and you hunt down all the ghosts, you suck them up with your vacuum. You gotta clean out your house. So, I'll read the description. Luigi's won a mansion. The bad news is that it's crawling with ghosts, and Mario seems to be trapped inside. So in this game, Luigi's not only the main character, he's actually the hero rescuing Mario. Good for you, Luigi. Luigi's in for a spooktacular surprise as he creeps into the pitch-dark mansion he won, armed with only a flashlight and a vacuum custom-made for sucking up ghosts. Ghosts lurk in every nook and cranny. You'll have to master the Poltergust 3000 to vacuum them all up. Jewels, coins, and cash are hidden throughout the mansion, and finding it all will be worth your while. You'll have to solve the mansion's many mysteries to catch a gallery of quirky ghouls, such as the fire-belching Mr. Lugs. Deep inside the mansion hide elusive boss ghosts like Bagmire, each with ghastly powers and a ghostly bone to pick with Luigi. After collecting special medals, you'll be able to shoot fire, water, and ice from your vacuum to honor the secrets and thwart extra eerie ghosts. That was the longest description so far, but Luigi's Mansion is a great game, and I'm pretty sure they remade it for the Nintendo Switch, and I really thought about buying it, but I never did. But I might, because this game is super fun. So anyone that's played it knows it's really good. And they also have like a arcade version of it. You go to some arcades, there's like a big version of Luigi's Mansion you could play where you grab the gun and move it around, and super fun. So like I said, it's kind of like everyone's first horror game. I know this game used to actually creep me out when I was a kid, so now not so much, but definitely scary when I was younger. And I think the Luigi's Mansion maps on Mario Kart are the best maps. They look really good, so shout out to Luigi and his mansion. Next game I have is Sonic Adventure Battle 2. Sonic Adventure Battle 2. I actually bought this game for a couple dollars on my PC. It was on sale on Steam for like $3 and I bought it to play it just for nostalgia. I played the story mode of this game, but most of all, me and my sisters used to race in this game so much. The game has like these racing modes, where each side is like, it's split screen. So I remember one level a lot we played was this like pyramid level where you ride these rails all the way through, and you had to like balance yourself on the rail to go faster. And you would ride all the way through, and first person to the end wins. And then there's also the super iconic like city level where you ride on a like surfboard through the city, and then you jump off and you gotta run through the rest of the way, and so fun. And they also had these like mech levels where you would fight in these robot suits. It's kind of like Gundam, like you're fighting kind of these Gundam type suits. Well, not really like Gundam, but just mechs. And then there's in the story mode, it's the same thing. There's levels where you gotta run through. There's levels where you use the mechs. There's levels with like Knuckles where you just need to find the Chaos Emerald. There's like 3 different Chaos Emeralds in a level, and you gotta find them. You gotta find them all. And yeah, so fun, so nostalgic. This one, like I know I said this about Mario Kart, would probably have the most hours, but I think this one would have the second most, if I had to guess. We played that pyramid level a lot. That was like, whenever we played it, we would almost always choose the pyramid level to race on. I played this game a lot with my cousin as well. It's like a really fun little, just quick, competitive game. And the story is amazing, so. Sonic Adventure Battle 2. Great game. Alright, we got 4 games left. Next up is Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. A little dusty. Maybe I'll wipe it off real quick. Looking better. Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. Great game. I'll read the back real quick. The Scooby Gang has been kidnapped, and it's up to you and Scooby-Doo to find them. 12 huge levels based on classic Scooby cartoons. Encounter 20 classic Scooby-Doo villains. All your favorite Scooby-Doo voices, including special guest stars. This game is amazing. I love this game so much. It's another like puzzle, walk around, find stuff kind of game. And one thing about me is I grew up on Scooby-Doo so much. I plan on getting a tattoo related to Scooby-Doo in some way. I think it's gonna be probably one of the ghosts or one of the villains. Just whichever one I think is the best, whichever one I remember the most. Because I watched all the Scooby-Doo movies like 20 times each. I remember them all so much. There's the one where they gotta like go inside the computer game and there's like an electric bad guy. There's the one with the 3 vampire girls. There's the clown one they go into like the amusement park on the roller coaster and everything. I remember a skate park one. I remember there's the skate park one, and then there's like a tropical island one with like volcanoes and stuff. Man, those movies are the best. And this game was also very good. Like it said, it's just Shaggy and Scooby going around trying to find everyone. And it's a great game. You get to encounter all the I don't even know what to call them, like ghost villains, bad guys, whatever you want to call them. Because, they're just like, they're real people, but they're pretend to be ghosts or whatever, so. Super awesome game. Definitely, Scooby-Doo has a special place in my heart, and this game was super fun to play. Next up is the Zelda Collector's Edition. This has 4 Zelda games in it. This disc has 4 Zelda games for you to play. It's got all the classics. It original Legend of Zelda. It has Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, which is like the side-scrolling one. And then it has Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Ocarina of Time is like everyone's favorite Zelda. Everyone's always talking about that one. You know, it's just a classic, can't blame them, right? It was just so popular for a reason. And then Majora's Mask also. Those are just so nostalgic for a lot of people. Oh yeah, it also has a demo for Wind Waker. Wind Waker's super cool. I love the graphics on that one. Personally, I never played any of these games, any of these Zelda games to completion, but I did dabble in each of them a little bit, and they were all really fun. I have played all of Breath of the Wild, and I went back and replayed it, and I love that game. I'm really excited for the second one, because the first Breath of the Wild is such a good game. Oh my god. It's like so beautiful and so fun. The boss fights, the puzzles, everything is perfect about that game. I really hope the second one lives up to it. Because man, Zelda is such an iconic franchise, and it just has like so many fans, so it's one of those things that I think, you know, Nintendo really tries to get it right, you know, because Zelda means a lot to a lot of people. So they don't want to mess that up at all, and they didn't mess up any of these. So just like the Namco collector's thing, this is just another example of something great to have in your collection, because it's 4 games in one. You know, you can't go wrong with that. Alright, last 2 games. First one is a Finding Nemo game. Finding Nemo. Sorry if you hear the disc rattling around in there. Obviously, this is based on the so famous Finding Nemo movie. Great game. You swim around. You get to, like it says here, I'll read it. Fish are friends and not food. That's the shark's catchphrase, right? Guide Marlin, Dory, and Nemo through the ultimate underwater adventure. Meet all of the great characters from the Disney/Pixar movie, Finding Nemo, as you live all the excitement of the film storyline. The search for Nemo is on, and it's up to you to find him. Dive in. You can surf the current with Crush, the turtle. You can survive a forest of jellyfish, and join the Tank Gang, like the tank in the dentist office in the movie. So like it said, in this game you just play through the story of the film. So for anyone that's seen the movie, I'm assuming most of you have seen it, it's a classic. You just play through, you know, you go through, it's like watch the movie except you're actually playing it. And there's like the part with the sharks where you gotta dodge the bombs. There's the part with the jellyfish, you gotta watch out. You gotta go in the water tunnel with Crush, you know. It's a great time. Such a good game. Kinda scary too. It's another like fun fact about me is I feel like the deep, just darkness of the ocean is so terrifying. Like, if I just got dropped in the middle of the ocean, I would probably just pass out. I'd be so scared. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't mind being in like, I don't know, maybe like a shallow reef or something looking around if I knew it was safe, but ocean is a scary place for me personally. So there are some parts of this game where you're just swimming around out in the open, and it always scared me when I was a kid. But other than that, I had a really good time. Last game. Cars. Another classic movie. I remember seeing this movie in theaters as a little kid. Like, I was so small when this movie came out. I think I was like 6 years old. And I literally remember walking up to the theater with my family to go see it. Such an amazing movie. And the game, also a really good time. Same thing as the Nemo movie, pretty much. You just play through the story, but it's a lot different. The Nemo movie was kind of like, or the Nemo game was kind of like you would just play through it, right? Like, just like, it's like watching the movie except you're playing it. But this game was really different. I feel like there's a lot of, it was basically like playing through the movie, but there was a lot of side stuff for you to do. So it wasn't just like as straightforward as the Nemo game. It kind of felt like, it's like, imagine they took the movie, but then turned it into a TV show and showed like all the other stuff Lightning McQueen was doing in between the downtime of the movie. That's what this game pretty much is. So the back says, jump into the fast lane, burn rubber in over 30 races and mini games, make your friends eat your dust in multiplayer mode, speed to the finish line with over 10 playable characters. And it says on here you can explore the open world of Radiator Springs. Pretty awesome. I remember racing a lot on this game. I remember racing my dad a lot in this game. And I don't remember who won, but I'm gonna assume I didn't win too many because I was a little kid. Yeah. If you love the Cars movie, you'll love this game. So fun. It's got all types of maps, and it says like there's over 30 races and mini games in there, so. And you can go through each area that they show in the movie, like I was saying. Like I said, it's not really like a kind of like story game like how the Nemo one is, but you know, it's basically is you go through each area that Lightning McQueen went through, so great time. Alright. That was the last game I have for this video. Like I said, I have other GameCube games, but these are just the ones that I personally played the most. My favorites, I would say. So, I hope you found this video relaxing. Hopefully you saw something that you thought was cool. You know, if you want to talk about it, I always say, comment down below. I love to talk about the stuff that I show in my videos and talk about. You know, I love it. So, if you enjoyed this video, comment, talk about it, you know, and I hope you sleep well. Good night.